Girl, winter is so last season. And now spring's got you looking at pictures of tank tops with hungry eyes. Your algorithm is feeding you cutoffs. You're thirsty for the sun on your shoulders. That perfect hang on the patio sundress. Those sandals you can wear all day and all night. And you've had enough of shopping from your couch. Done hoping it looks anything like the picture when you tear open that envelope? It's time for a little in-person spring treat. It's time for a trip to Ross. Work your magic.
With Plan B emergency contraception, we're in control of our future. It's backup birth control you take after unprotected sex that helps prevent pregnancy before it starts. It works by temporarily delaying ovulation, and it won't impact your future fertility. Plan B is available in all 50 U.S. states at all major retailers near you, with no ID, prescription, or age requirement needed. Together, we've got this. Follow Plan B on Insta at Plan B One Step to learn more. Use as directed.
Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, and we are out of hiatus to talk about a really big drama that dropped this year. We're going to talk about My Dearest. For this episode, I am joined by Sarai from the Kdrama Cafe Podcast. How are you, Sarai?
Yay! Sorry, that was squeaky. Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
We were bonding earlier before we jumped on, and we're both really nervous to talk about My Dearest.
Yes.
We've been friendly for so long on social media, and I've been following your podcast, and I was like,
same.
Sarai, have you watched My Dearest? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, can you come on and talk about it with me?
Yes.
And you were like, yeah, let's do it. So I am so glad that this happened and you were super flexible and could work with me on this, because this was not the intention when I first started watching My Dearest, that it was going to be a big deep dive podcast episode on Daebak. Like, that was not going to happen. So I'm really appreciative of you, and I'm so glad that your first time on Daebak is with this giant big ass show. No,
I'm so excited. Thank you for asking. And same, I wasn't even planning to watch this show. And I was, funny story how I even I pretty much, long story short, not to be like a pick me, but I was in Korea. I was at a chicken shop, and on the TV was playing My Dearest. And so I was like, oh, it's My Dearest, whatever. Eating my chicken. 10 minutes in, I'm like watching, I'm like, oh, heck no. I gotta go back to the Airbnb and watch it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So you literally were in Korea, saw some of My Dearest on the television in a public place, and were like, I need to go back to my bedroom and get going watching this drama from episode 1. Because it was 18. That good.
It was episode 18.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I was like, what is going on? Oh, heck no. Now I have to watch it. Yeah. Oh, so then you
what a good story.
I know. And then you asked me, I was like, no. Okay, cool.
We'll talk about it. There's a lot to talk about. Yes. Housekeeping. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for pressing play. Go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all the rest. If you like us, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That goes such a long way for other listeners just like you to discover us. Come check us out on social media to stay up to date on our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at DaebakPod, DaebakPod. And lastly, if you're a fan, the best way to be a fan is to actually get involved and show your support by becoming a patron. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod, and shout out to our patrons: Curtis, Bale, Cindy, City, Alana, Grace, Lorna, Caitlin, Sammy, Tenmei, Michelle, Adia, Aaron, Marta, and Janet. Thank you guys for being patrons and for being so supportive of the show. I love you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about My Dearest and, of course, Sarai's hot take, which we will remains to be seen what that is, but that's going to show up on the Patreon feed as well. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to talk about both parts of My Dearest, part 1 and part 2, the show as a whole. And here is the My Drama List synopsis. A love story between a noble woman and a mysterious man who shows up in her hometown, set in the 1600s during the Qing invasion. Yuki-che is a pretty, bubbly, and a bit spoiled young lady who's called the 99-tailed fox of Nungunri. She is also a bit of an outcast because other young ladies are jealous of her. They seem to think she's too straightforward and her behavior is inappropriate for a young lady, while young noblemen think highly of her. Kilche knows how to get men to fall for her, but fails to capture the heart of the person she likes. Lee Jang-hyun is a mysterious man who suddenly appears in the Nungunri social scene. Nobody really knows anything about him. Young nobles don't like him, but the elderly are wrapped around his finger. He's been dating around a lot, but he becomes curious about a certain 99-tailed fox, and one day the said fox quite literally crash lands into his arms. Once war is brewing, the pair finds themselves separated before they could even start to make sense of their feelings, and it spins out from there. Okay. That's a little bit more part 1 synopsis, but that's fine. It applies to both. Yes. Yes. Part 1 aired from August to September 2023. There was a 5-week break. And then part 2 aired from October to November 2023. We are recording this at the very beginning of December, so we are hot on the heels of the finale episodes. It is 21 episodes long, 10 for part 1 and 11 episodes for part 2. It was directed by Kim Sung-young. He has directed The Veil, which also stars Namkoong Min, My Healing Love, and The Flower in Prison from 2016. That is it. That is all this director has done.
What the heck?
I know. It's wild. No, it's wild. I think it's wild. For him to have done like such a big show. Yeah. And this person only has 3 shows under their belt. It's wild. Okay. It is written by Hwan Jin-young. This female screenwriter has written The Rebel from 2017 and The King's Daughter Soo Baek-hyang from 2013/2014. And that's it. Those are the only 2 shows that she's written. The Rebel was 6 years ago.
Whoa.
Big gap between now and her last project.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, already then. Okay. I was not
We're already that. Like, whoa.
I know. I'm sorry. I was not expecting. Okay. Already.
I know. The show stars Namkoong Min as Lee Jang-hyun, our male lead. He's done about 26 television shows, including most recently $1 Lawyer and The Veil, Hot Stove League, Dr. Prisoner. I remember him from Cheongdam-dong Alice and Becoming a billionaire. Girl, what did you think? Did you watch him in that?
I am bad with names. Alice with Moon Gun-young. That's the one that I remember him from.
Yeah. Which is basically a decade ago.
Yep.
So I haven't seen anything else that he's in recently.
Same.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're basically on the same page.
Yeah. Yep.
He's a star of yesteryear who
is now
has had a career resurgence in the last few years and during the pandemic years.
Yeah. And I'm like,
it's strange.
That? Before I recognize him, who's that guy? But yeah.
Who's that guy?
All right.
So his co-star is Ahn Eun-Jin, who plays Yuki-che. She's had a very good year because she was in The Good Bad Mother earlier in 2023, which was a very popular show. Everyone was pretty pleased with her performance in that. I have yet to watch it. I will watch it in the next couple of weeks because
really?
Yeah, so what happens is every December I think that I can watch all of the year's dramas in like the span of a month.
Same.
And because I have a couple of guest recordings that I'm doing, I am gonna frickin' try my best. I'm gonna try and come in as prepared as possible. And so I'm trying to watch the whole year inside 2 weeks. And that's why I say I will probably have watched The Good Bad Mother in the next couple of weeks. She's also been in Goodbye Earth, The One and Only, Witch's Diner. I know her from Hospital Playlist. She's one of the doctors. Not one of the main doctors, but, you know, in the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, she looked
Does that
familiar.
Make sense? Yeah. So she's in Hospital Playlist 1 and 2. Diary of a Prosecutor, Strangers from Hell from 2019. I think her career really started in 2019 and going through the pandemic years. Okay. And of course, this year was like basically her coming out party.
Yes, definitely. Agree.
So this cast is pretty extensive. I'm only going to cover those two. There's other names that we will definitely touch on in the show. But for now, Sarai, what did you think of My Dearest?
Oh, man, that is a scary question. No, I'm just kidding. How do I start and where do I begin? Because
I don't know.
You're like, get out with it.
I do not know.
So, okay, it's really hard without spoiling it. Now that I'm here right now, now that I think about it, I'm just like, crap. Okay, so at first, like I said before, I wasn't planning on watching it. However, I was kind of feeling like a Sageuk drama. I was kind of like craving one. Yeah. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is what I kind of was looking for. Like, I was looking for this. This is satisfying my craving, my historical Sageuk drama. Too much going on, craving. Yeah, so I actually really, watching it through, I loved it. I definitely binged it. I do have some qualms. Obviously towards the ending, but I think the big thing is that it was something that I was looking for through this year. And I think when I watched it, I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Because this year was kind of weird with dramas. It was like dramas that I was watching dramas that I felt like I should like, but then realized I don't think I'm liking these dramas. And then here comes this one. I wasn't expecting much, and I was like, oh, this is big. This is a big one. So, yeah, those are my overall thoughts. Overall.
Okay, in a nutshell. Okay, yeah. I'll go a tiny bit into spoiler territory. Okay. Not that much, though. Okay. Not that much. How do I put this? I didn't start watching until part 2 had come out. Okay. Started airing, like 2 episodes a week for part 2. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start watching part 1 and just go straight into part 2. Because I didn't want to wait for episodes. I never want to wait for episodes. That. This show is so sweeping and so immensely scaled. It's an epic about survival and love.
Epic. That is the word.
It's a gripping storyline. I thought it was sensational. Yes. The backdrop of real historical events, the Qing invasion of the 17th century, makes the stakes higher. Yes. The plot more intense. And I appreciated so many elements that make a drama worth watching. Yes. Like the great acting, the amazing cinematography, the direction, the writing, my own personal investment in the characters and their growth throughout the series. Yes. So many characters saw real change. Yes. Had arcs. Yes. And there is so much commentary that this show does. Deep commentary on gender roles and double standards, heavy-handed criticism of Confucian ideals and the demands that women be sexually pure, victim blaming in so many ways. I thought that the show was a love letter to the resilience and fortitude of women as they battle like a very internal fight with the fallacy of the patriarchy. And it's so much about sticking together for survival, about being too smart for the era.
Ooh, that's a good one. Sorry.
Yes. Because they're so smart.
Ahead of their time. Yes.
Yes. And about being the backbone of society when the men tell them that they're so much less. Yes. And the only people who actually achieve this dominating Confucian ideal of maintaining loyalty and protecting the family are the women. Yes. Yep. The men lack throughout the show. Almost every man except for the male lead is has some sort of issue that you're like, that's a red flag, even if it is very historically fitting. Yeah. So I felt like the men and the patriarchy are just taken to task in the show. It holds up a giant mirror to those characters with lofty morals and dreams of serving the nation. These self-proclaimed intellectuals or scholars who get called on their bluff. Like the plot itself calls them out on their bluff over and over again. Yes. And it reminded me a lot of like keyboard warriors today. Everyone can be brave online or, you know, when you're talking shit with like your friends and stuff, with people in the society, with your teachers and family. But what these people risk it all on a real battlefield.
Say that again, girl. Sorry. Sorry.
It's fine. Like, I can't look at you when I say these things because you're like so excited and you're like talking me up. It's funny.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I get overexcited. My commentary. No. Excuse my sad commentary. Go ahead.
It's okay. I feel like I'm in church. Like, does that make any sense? Or it's like, yes, like you're
right,
talking up the pastor. So, thank you. So
you're preaching right now, so.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm almost done, I swear.
No.
This is general thoughts.
I don't know how I was like, everything you're talking about, I felt like was a spoiler, but you just did it beautifully right now. So, yeah.
I'm not naming names, basically. That's all I'm not doing.
True. Beautiful.
Let me see. It's a very grim, sometimes sarcastic look at the monarchy and the political system and these traumatic ways of holding national preservation and self-image above human life. And we can talk about the king later and his son and this whole drama, but you know, it's like the show also showcases national anguish.
Yes.
Which is tough to do.
Right. Yes.
I think it's tough to do. Like there's some movies that you can see, like if it's around 4th of July, there's like these movies that have these really deep patriotism overtones.
Right.
And you feel like a certain way. There's also movies that show national anguish. Oh, what's a movie? Like Schindler's List, I feel, is a great movie that shows... When I say great movie, like that movie swept at the Oscars. It's like an iconic Holocaust movie. Spielberg did it the same year as Jurassic Park. It's wild. And that movie has a lot of cultural and national anguish in it. And this show does that really well.
Yes.
You know? Let me see. There's LGBTQ plus representation in this, which we have to talk about later with that character. But I feel like overall the show is a masterpiece and you could write a thesis on it if you wanted to.
Yep.
Not that I want to.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, I don't want to say it's underrated, but when I was looking online for people who had thoughts about My Dearest, there were not a lot of people because they don't watch historicals.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole subsect of people in K-drama land that don't watch sageuk or historicals. And that blows my mind.
That definitely, Because I'm like, how could...
If you're looking... Like...
I'm like...
Talk to me.
How can you... As I was watching the show, I was like, how can people not watch... Like, this is what got me into K-dramas. Like, I'm speechless right now. But I'm just like, how can you not... This is my own personal opinion because I was talking to myself. I was like, how can you not like this right here? Like, because the reason why I got into K-dramas was definitely the culture. Even though I didn't understand it at all because I was so young and my frontal lobe wasn't fully developed. But but I loved like seeing something different, you know? And I loved, in general, I love period pieces. So even in American films, I love period pieces.
Yes.
So I think it's just a me thing. I think because I love just historical period pieces. And I feel like there's something more romantic and more like grand and like how you said epic. Seeing all that and seeing how love happened in that era. Because it's easier now, and it's kind of... But back then, especially in that type of culture, I always think, like, how do they do it? Because literally, I'm like, did they even have boyfriend-girlfriends? Obviously, they didn't have boyfriend-girlfriends in Joseon era, absolutely not. Like, it's like you're engaged and that's it, you know? And a lot of the times you don't even know who your husband is or who your wife is. And so just to see, for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, now that you can definitely do like an epic love story with that. Doing something that goes against all odds, which I'm a sucker for.
Yeah, they're star-crossed lovers for all intents and purposes. Yeah. Like, we're so emotional already. So yeah, they're star-crossed lovers. I think 100% they are. And what I liked about the show as well is that you couldn't tell if it was going to have a happy ending or not. It kept you guessing until the last minute if it was going to happen or not.
It did. The only thing okay, yeah.
That's rare, right? Yeah. Like, you can pretty much watch a K-drama and be like, that's going to have a happy ending.
That's true.
Right? This one, you start watching and you're like, this could go either way. Yeah. Yeah.
Anywhere. No one's safe.
No one is safe. That's how I felt. I was like, nobody's safe. They could all die.
Yeah. Like, smallpox could happen again, and they all died. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, like, all they need is a little cough from somebody with tuberculosis or the smallpox.
Yep.
And that's it. Like, that's
the end.
That's the end of that character.
Yeah.
They tell me they died, I'd be like, well, that tracks.
Yep.
You know, like, there's nothing they could do.
Yeah, which, well, I'm going to say that later, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know there's like a lot of like spoiler landmines that we're trying to avoid, but let's talk about this filming schedule, because I put on an APB on Instagram and TikTok for people to send in their questions or concerns, things that they wanted us to talk about, topics, characters, scenes, whatever. And I got a little inundated, so we're gonna make our way through these as much as possible. Alrighty. Someone said the crazy filming schedule / extension episode 21 extended version. They'd filmed for 11 months, but we're still shooting the night before episode 21 and it snowed. Also, Vicky has updated episode 21 with deleted scenes some people probably never saw. The updated 21 also changed the last OST on the beach. Why? So, a few things in that we can break down. The filming schedule was crazy. They were filming for 9 or 10 months, right? Basically, almost the whole year, the whole of 2023, they were filming this show.
I can so see that, though. Yeah.
And I can see it because there was a lot of like battle scenes, a ton of extras. When you add these things together, this is time, this is money, right? Because they're hiring all of these people to be in one shot. You know what I'm saying?
In one little like 2-second scene. Yeah.
Right. So there was a lot of logistics, I'm sure, that happened. Costuming that had to be done.
Yeah.
And I think NBC announced that they were going to be extending the drama by 1 episode because of its popularity.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, it was leading the ratings in its time slot, ranking first in drama popularity for 3 consecutive weeks. And then they were like, we got to keep these good vibes rolling.
Like,
let's go to 21 episodes.
Let's milk it to the end.
Yeah, let's milk it. And of course, no one was upset. I was a little scared because whenever they extend the episode, I was
definitely scared for sure.
I'm like, oh God, I hope they don't ruin it.
Yeah, same. Same, girl, same.
They did that last year for the Red Sleeve, which went to 17 episodes. Okay. And this year they did it for My Dearest, which went to 21 instead of 20. They said that they also wanted to, influenced by the desire to fully unfold the story and satisfy the dedicated fans who want to enjoy it for longer. Weird way of saying that they wanted to get more money out of it, but okay.
And milk it. Just kidding.
As far as filming until the last moment, on November 15th, this outlet reported that My Dearest will conduct its final filming on November 16th, just a day before the broadcast of the last 2 episodes, which was on November 17th and 18th. Subsequently, another outlet shared that the drama is expected to...
I'm sorry, my commentary.
Well, it is shocking because you don't expect them to be doing that in this day and age, filming so close to the airing date. But they did. And then this other outlet shared that they were expected to conclude final filming in the early morning of November 18th. Gosh. That's the day, like, that's the day of the last episode.
Yeah. When did they have time to edit?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? That was the magic of K-dramas back in the day, or the trauma of K-dramas, was that they would film week to week, and they would edit and write the episodes on the fly based on audience reaction. And now they largely don't do that, and you can see how much time and effort part 1 and the bulk of part 2 took to get here. And then the last 2 episodes, I'm sure they were editing and cutting and filming up until the last second. So that might contribute to some of our nitpicks, I'm sure. Like, we can pick some nits about this show, let me tell you. So,
just kidding. Yeah, for sure.
So this show also had a bunch of controversy, most notably the plagiarism controversy with Gone with the Wind. So in a report cited by a news portal, screenwriter Hwang Jin-young shared that My Dearest was planned for 5 years. And she had said prior that I wanted to write stories of ordinary people who are trapped in a tragic situation. I didn't even dare to start writing the script because the Qing invasion is undeniably this history of defeat. But the novel Gone with the Wind inspired me to start writing casually. So she openly said that Gone with the Wind was an inspiration for her. And people were like, oh, this is plagiarism. It's the same story, blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't go so far as to say it's plagiarism. I would say she took the broad strokes of Gone with the Wind for sure and sort of like the bones of it and reskinned it. This is a retelling, a loose retelling. Yeah. That's how it was sold to me as well when I was reading up on Gone with the Wind. It's like, sorry, not Gone with the Wind. When I was reading up on My Dearest, was that it was a loose retelling of Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this is going to be crazy.
When I first heard that it was like Gone with the Wind, I was like, what? What is that going to look like? Like, what? So I was a little bit concerned because I literally thought it was like an adaptation, like literally like they took Gone with the Wind and they're just doing it all like, in Joseon era. But when I watched it, I honestly didn't get those vibes. Was I looking for those vibes? Yes. Was I looking for like, okay, who's who or whatever? Like, yeah. But then towards like as I kept watching, I kind of forgot about Gone with the Wind. I'm not gonna lie.
By part 2, though, the plot was not the same. As Gone with the Wind. Like again, broad strokes are there. The character archetypes are there, for sure. Yes. But as far as like where they took the plot, no, that's not the same as Gone with the Wind. So I can't really subscribe to the fact that she plagiarized Gone with the Wind. Like, get out of that.
I'm like, did you watch
Settle down. Did you watch the show? Number 1. Number 2, have you? This is a big number 2. Have you watched Gone with the Wind? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, but like with my.
No, you don't need to say when you watched it. You watched it. Okay. Because what I didn't know until interacting with people on social media was that a lot of people have not seen or read Gone with the Wind.
Am I that old?
And that alarmed me and it baffled me.
Who doesn't know Gone with the Wind though?
That's what I said. I was like, you don't have any clue about the story.
The references are all over
Clark Gable.
Every rom-com
in America. Literally, I was like, this, okay.
The big dresses,
like, I know.
Frankly,
like,
my dear, I don't give a damn.
We're on the same page.
But yeah.
We're looking at each other shocked. So, Clark Gable as Rhett Butler, Vivian Lee as Scarlett O'Hara, 1939 Best Picture winner, swept the Oscars.
Who doesn't know who Scarlett?
Such an important. Who doesn't know Scarlett O'Hara? So anyway, it is such an important part of film history.
Yes.
And it's wildly controversial snapshot of the pre and post American Civil War South in regards to its portrayal of slavery. So, with that being said, My Dearest does showcase a ton of slavery.
Yes.
Even in a tangential way, sexual slavery as well. But this is like a big question. So if you want to answer it later, that's fine. I wonder if we can draw any conclusions from this, like especially as a Western audience, as to how Korea feels about it. Enslaving its own people, no matter the color of their skin, and the Qing enslaving Koreans. Like perhaps the political approach taken by the royals in the show is the biggest sin. I don't know. Like, did you have any thoughts about the portrayal of slavery in this show, in My Dearest?
Like, can I say it without, like... should I wait for later? I'll say this, though. Like, I think it was very... I think it was insane exactly what you said, how... I'll wait for later. I'll wait for later.
You'll wait for later. Okay, we'll circle back to the slavery question. Here's also what I'll say in regards to Gone with the Wind. So, what My Dearest does extremely well, which feels very Gone with the Windish, is bring to life a world of fair maidens and brave men, of gallantry and chivalry and civility, of master and slave, as the opening of Gone with the Wind says. It's a world of flower picking festivals, much like the elaborate barbecue on a plantation at the beginning of Gone with the Wind. It has these, like, My Dearest has these technicolor silk hanboks and these scenes of just, it's like a utopia for the elite, for the nobility. And it's a world that even by the end of the show never reappears. It dies. And it's a historical study too of the Qing invasion and its effects on Joseon. Its people at all levels and the future of Korea. And just like the beginning of Gone with the Wind says, it's a civilization gone with the wind. That is what's magical and interesting too about the show, is that these people lose their way of life, but they still have slaves.
Sorry. I'm just like, and that's exactly what I was feeling as I was watching, like, especially towards the end. Like, they're obviously divided, you know, and easily divided within themselves. And that's exactly what I apologize if I offend anyone or if I say something incorrectly, just because I'm really bad with names, and I like watching historical stuff, but I'm not a historical person, so it's hypocritical of me. But yes, please help me. But it was exactly what you said, like the fact that I thought it was interesting how they kind of they thought that the Qing, which they did, brought them down, but it was within themselves because of, I guess, well, it's like, spoiler!
They caused division.
They caused division without even causing division. They did cause major division, but they also did the more like the emotional and mental intelligence division between themselves, especially with the crown prince and the king, and you know what I'm saying, and then even within the people themselves.
Right. It exasperated issues that were already there. So it's interesting to say the least, to see how it all unfolds and to see what the effects are on the regular people, on the nobility, on the women who have gone through this terrible ordeal, to the slaves and the people that are still captive in the Qing as well. You know, how are they how are they negotiating to get them out of this? Because these are citizens of Joseon. So that is crazy, and it is very close, cleaves very close to Gone with the Wind territory, especially the juxtaposition of the beginning and the end of the show. You're like, this is a whole new world. They did not get back.
It almost felt like
where they were.
They were in a glass castle and it was completely broken because, like, nobility and like so, you know, like, all my terms are gone today apparently. But like, you know, like their gosh, you know, the Confucian
their ideals
of like there has to be nobility, there has to be like, you know, there has to be that separation. When it came to that war and the, you know, the invasion and all that stuff, it didn't matter who you were. Once
it leveled everybody.
Yeah, like especially when someone who was a noble woman got captured, it didn't matter.
Yes.
Even though she was saying, I'm a noble woman, they're like, and especially when she set foot in Sheimyang. So, like, you're in Sheimyang, Joseon doesn't matter anymore. Which is, to me, I was like, wow, like, they literally were in a glass castle of, like, very conservative, and then this happened, and then everything starts shattering, and they start shattering mentally. And, obviously, the king, well, yeah. So...
So yeah, I think that's also a big part of the show, and a parallel with Gone with the Wind. The other controversy for My Dearest was, I think in earlier, like May 2023, NBC had to sever ties with an external company supplying the background actors, which we mentioned earlier. There were a ton of background actors on the show, following the revelation that this actor had a sexual assault case back in 2004.
A background actor?
And they basically hired someone who was blacklisted, was supposed to be blacklisted in the industry. And I don't know, along with the plagiarism, which didn't seem very fair, but this one I was like, ooh, that's a little...
Yeah.
So that was the other controversy for the show, was that they hired a sexual assault.
And that kind of frustrates me because I'm not gonna lie, I have to be honest, like, I was really, as much as I loved this show, I was very frustrated because I was applying a lot of stuff to myself in the way, you know.
What do you mean?
Okay, for example, just like you said, like, a guy who's blacklisted got hired. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a reminder of how it was back in the day. Like, I could not stop thinking of, like, if I were, well, obviously, like, I was just so frustrated, even though there's nothing I could do about it, but I was frustrated how the men can just do whatever they want, can sleep with whatever they want, and they're clean, they're pure. But just by one, like, touch, like, from a barbarian, and they're defiled. Or just even, like, an encounter, you know? And it's like, I don't like hearing when like, you know, people who have that in the background are hired, because it's like how come you guys make a big deal out of the dumbest things if it's like a woman, or if it's like something else that I don't want to get into it. Yeah. Like other things, like even like something, bullying versus like sex assault.
Right.
You know, obviously they're both bad, but like, how come one is being swept under the rug and then someone just gets just like knocked down, loses their career for something that, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I was just thinking about it a lot during this show. Like,
got you.
The frustration, like, how come, like, why is it that if it's a man doing it, it's okay? Or it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but it's a woman, it's like, oh, no, you gotta ex-snake, you gotta, you know? That's just one part of it. There's other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we should mention now, trigger warning for anyone who's listening about... No, it's... we gotta talk about it anyway. Sorry. Trigger warning about sexual assault, suicide.
Yes.
And just violence, I guess, toward women and children and elderly people. Yeah. So... do you want to talk about the acting? Because I think that is a big reason why this show sort of works, right? So you have Namkoong Min, who's leading the charge. He's the male lead. Yes. I think he's the one who largely made the show what it is.
Agreed.
Like, he took my breath away.
Yes.
he was so skillful in presenting this character and inhabiting Jang-hyun truly. And he has these extremely expressive eyes.
He sure does.
He's like a micro expression king. And
absolutely.
I think there was like just a genuineness to him that kept me riveted. He hit the comedic bits perfectly, and he nailed all the emotional beats as well. Yeah. How did you feel about this man?
So somehow I fell in love. No, I'm just kidding. I always say that. But I feel like it was so well casted. I think throughout the entire drama I was watching, I was like, this show is just like perfectly casted. This is well casted. He took this role. He just like, I don't know if it would have worked with anyone else. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But I feel like he just amazed me when there was moments where like there was a lot of scenes where he didn't say anything.
Right.
He had no lines at all. And like he didn't have to say anything. It's so funny because there's so many scenes where they ask him questions and he's just there. He doesn't say anything at all. And they answer, or they ask another question, and he's just like, I mean, I can't give the facial expressions that he does, but like, they'll ask him something and he's just like, he'll do his thing. Right. And then they'll ask another. Right. They're having a conversation with him and he's just there. Like he's just there and you know what he's saying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in a really long time. It was very refreshing to see him. To see the way he portrayed this role was so refreshing to me. I was like, this is a man. This is a man. This is a man. This is not like an actor trying to be a man. This is a man just being a man. And exactly what you said, like so genuine too. Thought it was very, very genuine.
Yeah.
And loved him.
So good. What did you think about our Kilche played by Ahn Eun-Jin?
So I liked her.
Female lead.
I liked her.
You liked her.
I have to say though, at the beginning, I had to warm up to her at the beginning, which is okay. I mean, it's okay because like it's like the first couple episodes. The actors are getting used to their characters, yada yada, which is fine. But for me, I was like, okay, like she's cute. I like what she's doing. But I liked her.
You liked her. Yeah. On that note, she said, Ahn Eun-Jin said it was really difficult to approach period genre series to portray Yogiche. I always questioned myself if this was the right way.
Okay.
I started with getting myself used to the dialect first. Okay. So I had to study the script more than I did with previous ones. Towards the beginning of the production, I focused on getting used to the genre, and now I've come to be more comfortable around the set and found more room to express what I want. It might not be perfect, but as you see from Yu's perspective, you will be able to follow her story. So I ask for much love. So she was basically like, forgive me. This is a big, tall order for me to speak in a different dialect. The saguks are notoriously difficult. Yes. It's a whole different style of speaking and inflections and different things. And I think she did very well, considering that this is such a layered character. And I want to touch on the fact that so many people were upset with this character.
Okay. Can I say though, like they match really well, and they kept up with each other really well. I just want to say that I did like her. I just want to. Okay, go ahead.
I agree that they complemented each other very well. And one thing about this couple is that this is a big age gap between them.
Like 10 years.
Namkoong Min is 45 years old in real life.
Oh, wow.
45. Ahn Eun-Jin is 32.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So that's 13 years between them. 13-year age gap. That's a huge age gap in real life. Okay. And I do feel like that is the age gap in the characters as well.
I think so, too.
I think she starts the show as a teenager. She ends the show maybe in her 30s.
I agree. There's one point where he does say, like, I'm way much older than you. And it doesn't say.
Yeah, he says, I'm basically waiting for you to grow up because you're so charming and cool and like badass right now, but you have some growing to do.
Yeah.
Like internally.
Yep. Yes.
You need to grow as a person before you're like ready for me.
That's
is
right.
what he basically told her at one point. And she was like, what the hell do you mean? And as an audience, like, we totally understand where he's coming from. But it is an age gap romance. He is way older than her. Same as Gone with the Wind as well. Like, Rhett Butler's supposed to be a man. And I think she's a teenager when she starts the movie / book. And it is a span of 12 years in Gone with the Wind. I also feel like this is a large span of time.
Especially when they talk about, like, years ago. And I'm like, I swear I just saw it 2 years ago on the thing. I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing it. Alrighty then.
I think it's the same, right? Like, it's got to be at least a decade between the first episode and the last episode of the show. So something to keep in mind there. As far as people getting upset with the character, I didn't quite understand. I understand, but I also don't understand. Because she's so much like Scarlett O'Hara, who is prideful and stubborn and vain and petulant. Yeah. But she's soft-hearted where it counts and tactical where it counts. And she's resilient and defiant and self-assured and courageous. And I love that fierceness about both of them. The fact that she's flawed. She's human. She does make mistakes. Exactly. And who's not gonna make mistakes?
Exactly. We all jack up.
When look around, what's happening around her?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really liked. I mean, I liked both characters, but I liked when I first towards the beginning. I liked seeing like how she was so honest, and why people that character. Why everyone's like, oh, she's so like out there. She's like so brazen, or she's so whatever, like she's, you know, I'm just like, she's literally just being herself, and she's honest, and she's like especially when like she's trying to follow her friend's lead and doing like cutesy stuff, and like say like they're like doing, so for example, like they're trying to do something and they have to be on their knees for a long time, and she's just like, oh my god, my knees hurt. Like, she's not,
I think they were praying.
She's like, why is it? And then she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that is so real. Like, yeah. In reality, like, as much as ladylike as I would like to be, a lot of times it's hard. As hard. Pretty as she is, like, I like the fact that she was she was genuine about how, like, there's a lot of things, like the fact that the way she would cry when she, you know, when she found out so and so were getting married, and she was like crying, like just crying. She wasn't like, she was just like wailing to her heart, like, you know,
like a child,
you know. And then if she's doing something that's supposed to be like kind or nice, but if it's uncomfortable for her, she says it's uncomfortable for her. It's like, this is uncomfortable, or this hurts. But I really enjoyed that she was like that. Just made her real.
Yeah. I think she was a fully realized character, and she does have a really great arc that we can talk about in the spoiler section.
Yeah, she does.
You know, just like her man's. By the end of the show, she's a different person.
I have so much to say about her, but okay, yeah. Yes, and then him too. But yeah.
Yes. Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about our ratings for the show, and then we'll just get into the spoiler section, because girl, I think we've had enough of like dancing around the characters and what happens to them and all this stuff. Okay, so what would you give this show out of 5 soju bottles?
Okay, this is so hard. I would like to give the show that makes no sense. Can I do 4 soju bottles and a shot of soju?
Yeah,
like a
that's
4.9, 4.5. Yeah, I'm very like recency bias right now, especially. I'm kind of on the high. So
talk about it. Yes, speak on it. So there's a thing called recency bias, which I completely agree with. It's basically you're too close to the thing. You need to give it some time before you can. The rose-colored glasses come off and the experience wears off, and you can kind of see the flaws, see what it is for real in comparison to other things as well, things that are a little bit older. Yes. And so I also think that it is a 4.5, maybe even 5 Soju bottle
I was
show.
going to give it a 5, but I was like, I don't want to be extra.
I think it's a 4 and a 5. Let's do 4.5 for me. 4.5 Soju bottles, and then you got 4 in a shot, because it is excellent. Like, I'm not going to deny it's excellent. I think there are, like, the plot gets a little wobbly towards the end of the show. I think part 2 wasn't as strong as part 1. But overall, it is a feat.
It is.
To do this type of show so well and to get people on board and really sort of sell the thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There's other shows that have done it really well, and still the endings are a little wobbly, but at the end of the day, you're like, that was a fucking great show. Like Mr. Sunshine is one of those shows. The Red Sleeve is another one of those shows where you're like, oh my God, that's a masterpiece. But the ending, there's some things that I'm like, I can nitpick here and there about this or that. But overall, it's a great experience, a great watch. And I don't regret anything that happened here.
It made me feel things. Like, I felt like everything. I felt I was swelled. I was like, I felt everything. I was like, oh, I'm feeling things. I'm not just like watching, like, watching. I'm just like,
right.
I'm being enveloped.
You can't passively watch this show. You have to, eyes, ears, hearts open when you watch My Dearest, for sure.
Even when I was like,
all right,
I'm so sorry.
No, keep
sometimes,
going.
Like, I get on my phone, like, naturally, or by instinct, and then I look up, I'm like, what happened? I'm actually, usually I don't rewind, but in this show, I was rewinding. I was like, no, hold on. Let me put my phone away.
I can't miss this. Yeah, I would do that too. I would like try and write a note down, and then I'd be like, wait, I missed something. And then I'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. I honestly didn't write any notes during
it was really hard.
my watch of the show. It was after the show had ended and like weeks later that I was like, okay, I need to sit down and like get this all out. But that's so rare for me. I usually write things down as the show is airing.
Right.
While I'm watching. But I did not this time. I
hard.
needed my full attention.
I feel that, girl. It was hard. Okay.
All right. So we're going to get into the spoiler section. So if you don't care to be spoiled, keep listening. If you want to go off and watch My Dearest, all 21 episodes, I highly recommend you do that before coming back and listening to the spoiler section. We'll see you on the other side.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
괜찮아.
You know, I have no 친구. Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
What?
All right, we're on the other side of spoilers. Sarai, where do you want to start? I think let's go back to the slavery thing that you like skipped over. So talk to me about slavery and My Dearest. Which is such a big question.
Okay.
But...
I think there was a phrase, like, I'm just gonna like copy you today because you're just saying like the correct terms and phrases. You said something about they had a reflection of themselves, or they had a mirror to themselves, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
it was a big mirror to society.
To society. I feel like that was like, it was interesting to see in that culture, because I was like, there's discrimination without discrimination. You know, like no one is.
You're like, there's nothing. You guys are the same.
You guys, exactly.
I don't get it.
There's discrimination without discrimination. If that makes no sense, but like no one is safe, you know. And it's crazy how, like you said, like they were enslaved, and then within themselves, they have that slavery. And I was like, and to me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just you see, that's just a part of everything else of how blind how blind, you know, they were, or they can be. I'm just gonna stick to the show. how blind they were to see, like, literally what they're doing to you guys are doing. You've been doing, or you guys are doing to them.
I think there's a difference between the slavery in Korea and the slavery in the Qing when they get captured and taken away. True. And I'm not sure if this is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it's the same problem as Gone with the Wind, where it's like this idyllic society where the slaves are not, they're treated well and nothing's wrong here, and they're happy to be working the fields and dealing with the house and having a master and stuff like that. And that's not
being friends with your,
I mean, that's problematic.
Friends or like or treat, I mean, it's not like it's not possible, but exactly what you were saying. But yeah,
so the fact that shit basically goes down in the Qing and not necessarily in Korean society, I don't know, like, the only time where I'm like, oh, this is a real negative portrayal of slavery in Korea is that backstory that we get with Jang-hyun and his father and him killing the kid that was in love with his daughter and stuff like that. Like, that story is like, ooh, and we got that super late in the show.
We got, and that scene, I was like, what?
I mean, that we could talk about a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if we should talk about it now or later, but like, that's a nitpick that I have.
I do too.
Regardless, I think I'm not sure what we can say in conclusion about My Dearest and slavery, other than it seems incomplete and not necessarily portrayed
correctly
in the best way. Because they were so accurate with other things. Right? Like what happened and the whole invasion and the way that the Qing look. Yeah. They did their homework. Like, this isn't like a party city looking group of people that came to invade Korea. Like, they look real.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This looks like a real quasi-Mongolian force that comes down. And then the way that their whole society looks when we're in Xinjiang, it's a well-formed, like, portrayal of them. And of course the slavery over there is like brutal and terrible, and then they don't necessarily do the same hard look. But they don't do the same hard look for the Chosun like slavery. So
it was in their face, but they were like
right,
what happened? No, we're cool here.
I don't know.
We're cool here.
So let's talk about the character Jang-hyun and just the way he starts the show and the way that he ends the show. Okay. Because I feel like he is so cool and so central to everything. Because at the beginning of the show, he has like this inability to commit to a relationship. And the story of him hanging out like sans chaperone with a young maiden and then him not proposing marriage, that's taken straight from Gone with the Wind. He's a scoundrel, a man who's not bound by restrictive social norms or patriotism. He's pragmatic, not dogmatic. He's at odds with the conservative Korean society. And by the end of the show, he's undoubtedly one of the most heroic characters in K-drama. And he finds something worth fighting for. And it's her. It's his deep love for Kiljae and the compulsion to keep her alive. And it's also this big sense of justice and compassion for the Korean slaves that were taken as captives to Qing. He's doing like these explosive defenses of his people and the woman he loves. He'll do anything for what's right versus doing anything for himself. And that's how he was at the beginning of the show. But all of this with like this calculated calm, and that is fun to see. And I don't know if you had anything else to say about Jang-hyun, because I thought he was such a great part of the show.
He definitely was my favorite character, for sure. I'm just gonna say, he was definitely my favorite character. I obviously was rooting for him. And the fact that everything you mentioned, I fell in love with him for that. I'm like, can there be like a real man like that? Like, he comes out of nowhere, and everyone's talking about him like, oh, who's this guy? Or like, oh, he's definitely a fake this, or like, he's such a coward, or he's this, or like, he mocks like, you know, our ideas or ideals. He mocks like, you know, the monarchy. He mocks like he's like, oh, he has this like whole unmarried concept that he wants to do, and he wants to do whatever he wants and stuff like that. And I don't know why I feel like that was so freeing. Like I saw him, I'm like, he's just like so free, and he doesn't care. And because of that, it was so easy for him to fight for what he wanted to fight for my opinion. Especially when he fell in love with her. And I was like, it all started because he was like, oh, I'm gonna book it when, you know, the first time that they were gonna, in the little Nunguri where they were like forming this little militia to go and save the king. And he was like, peace out. No, I'm heading out to this is like dumb. I'm gonna leave. In my terms, obviously he said it better than I did, but and then, you know, once he knew that it involved her because she was in love with another man. Is it crazy?
That was a whole,
like, I was just like, bro, like, he's like, I'm gonna make sure he's safe for her sake, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Who does that? What kind of man is that, you know? Like, what kind of man? Obviously, like, he didn't do the regular, like, what you want to see, what you want from an actual man. Like, okay, like, I want marriage, I want this, I want that. He wasn't doing any of that, but he was doing, like, even grander things. He was doing even better things. He saved her so many times. And from there, it kind of trickled, like, this whole... Here's the thing, like, I thought that it started with his love for her because he wanted to make sure she's safe, you know, and make sure she's okay. And then from there, he joined, you know, he joined the war. He joined, you know, he started helping out with, like, all these different political, you know, scenarios and stuff like that because he's really smart, very, very smart, very intelligent. He knows how to, like, play people. He knows how to play the game between, like, politics and between Qing and between Joseon, and he knows how to talk with people, and he knows how to, like, you said calculating, and exactly, like, he knew other people's next move, and before they make that next move, he would say, like, do this and that, because this person's gonna do this. He was very like that, but I'm like, that was so attractive to me, because I'm like, because here's what I wrote somewhere, I said, this male lead is proactive. We love a proactive male lead. Like, he's a proactive male lead. Like, he's always proactive. He's always doing something, whether it's for her or if it's, like, from there, then, like, he started, obviously, like you said, it started with her. Okay, well, I feel he's always been.
What's weird is that the protection extended beyond her.
Exactly. From there,
it was like, oh,
to, like,
yes, like, people that she cared about, including his love rival, the man that she loves.
Exactly. Who does that?
That's true love right there. Like,
not here. I don't see. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yes. Very proactive. Yeah. And I love when a male lead is proactive. And not just like, he definitely was proactive in doing something in general, actually helping out and making some kind of difference and using, you know, whatever he has, whatever resources he has. But he was also proactive with her. And I love that even though at first he was like, I don't know, that also counts. He told her straight up, like, I'm living the unmarried life, but I like you, you know, like, let's, you know, you down. Like, he was straight up from the beginning. This is what I want from right now, but I really like you. I want you in my life. She's like, ew, no. And then it keeps going. Like, he's always proactive with her. Like, he always is straight up with her and tells her, like, well, except for some, you know, when she saved her, like, from, like, 17 soldiers or 13 soldiers, but Anyways, we're
Oh yeah, right. That was like a big lie.
Huge lie.
So I like I said, Gilche goes through a big change throughout the show, and she saw the most growth.
Yes.
To me, her teenage immaturity, her nonchalance over the serious Qing invasion.
Oh yes.
The way she's so shallow and feisty and outspoken, and she comes into her adulthood with a compelling inner strength that she taps into it during the war years, the invasion years. And she later runs her own business. She takes responsibility for her helpless circle of dependents, her family, and the servants / slaves. And to me, people were also seemingly upset with Gilche because she doesn't choose him time and time again.
Okay.
And it seemed like I honestly didn't hold it against her at all. That she was like, no, and like didn't understand her own feelings and all this stuff for so long. He was the right person at the wrong time.
100,000%. 100,000%.
So, and even if he was a green flag and he loved her deeply, he could see her fire. He could see her grit, her determination as a survivor before she ever could. Yeah. And that, to me, means that they're not, they don't, how do I put this? He's a complete person, even if he changes later and has a character arc. He's a complete person and he knows who he is.
Exactly.
She is not.
Exactly.
She's not there yet.
Exactly.
Like her frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. So he always knew who she was, but she did not. Yeah. And it's her brazenness that he admires deeply. I honestly don't get why people were like upset with her, because
who was upset? That's crazy.
I don't know. Like it was just I can't name names of like this person was upset with Gilche, but like I feel like a lot of people were just annoyed with her antics and the fact that she was so in love with Yeonjun.
Ashley. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Ashley is the equivalent character in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this love story is a slow burn. Yes. It's a lot of push and pull between them. Will they, won't they?
Yes.
And that's what's appealing to me. Like, that's what keeps you coming back is that they keep having these run-ins in really stressful life or death situations. He saves her. He's continually looking after her. And she's continually looking after her own people as well. And getting them out of scrapes and delivering babies in the wilderness. And the list goes on.
Yeah.
So they're both on their own separate journeys. And it's like they intersect in certain moments throughout the show. And what's frustrating is that they always have this like crazy emotional goodbye where one of them wants something out of the other one. And they don't get it.
Exactly. And
it's angsty, and I'm an angsty bitch, girl, so I loved it.
Like, give me the angst. Give me the angst.
Yes.
And I feel like one thing that I appreciated is there's a lot of, like, a good chunk of the show where they were not together. But yet I still felt, like, the love. Like, I still felt the longing. And I'm like, especially coming from him. And, like, even if there was so many scenes without them together, I still felt like, oh, this is a love story. Like I feel it across from he was portraying it really well on his own, really, really well, like really well. So
someone wanted us to talk about Gilche's character growth and him being the greenest flag ever. I think we have touched on that. Someone wanted us to talk about the metaphors of their love, like the sound of flowers on the moon thing. Okay, so talking about their love story, he fell in love with her at first sight, number one. And he said, I think in episode 7, he says, did I tell you when you smile, I can hear the spring flowers bloom?
Yes.
let's just end the episode
right
right here because like he can hear the fucking flowers bloom when she smiles. Are you fucking kidding me? This is romance.
No.
This is romance, okay?
Yes.
So
Peak romance.
this metaphor of him hearing the sound of flowers, and at the end of the show it comes back again when she's like, why don't you remind me, what did you hear when you first saw me? And he says he remembers that he heard flowers, which flowers make no noise. It's like amazing, an amazing
beautiful
like juxtaposition. It's so poetic for him to say, literally he's like, do you hear that? And his buddy's like, nah, man. And he's like, I hear the flowers.
That was such a good scene.
Stop.
That was such a good scene.
Yeah.
And the fact that he heard it
Such
from
a great scene.
his, I believe it was his servant first, when he was in love with his sister. And he's like, he said the same thing, right? He said, when she smiles, I hear sound of flowers. And so he's like, well, that's weird. As a kid.
That's what love is. That means to me is
love.
he learned what love is through that relationship between the slave in his household and his older sister. And that crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But he kept that like sound of flowers.
Yeah. So then when it happened, it's like, oh, this is what he was talking about. So
this
beautiful.
is it. Yeah.
Loved it.
Which you can see how that is a very sad visual / like metaphor for their relationship, I think, because flowers don't last.
Good point. Ugh, that's a good point.
Flowers wither and bloom
fast.
all the time. And the sound of flower, like that's another
like,
level of like, it doesn't exist. Like the sound of flowers doesn't exist.
Yeah. First of all, doesn't exist. Second of all, they wither so fast.
It is a stunning, beautiful line. If your man doesn't hear the flowers bloom when you smile, he's not the one. Okay.
He is not,
Break up
he is
immediately.
not the one. He has to hear flowers, okay? Bloom. He has to hear flowers bloom.
And then the moon thing.
Ugh.
He has to hear the flowers bloom. So, and then the moon
Love the
thing,
moon.
which was the other thing this person wanted us to talk about. Did you want to take over the moon thing? I have no notes on the moon.
I love the moon. I literally have a wallpaper of the moon.
Quit.
I'm serious. I'm so serious. Like, I have a wallpaper of the moon.
You do? Oh my God. Talk to me, moon girl.
I know. I think it's just so, it's kind of like the whole flowers thing. Like you said, like they bloom, they wither, and then another one comes out. It's like there's always a new moon, you know? You always have.
Which means no moon.
Yeah. And it's just, I love the fact that he's like, every time there's this moon, this beautiful new moon. He didn't say new moon, but I'm always meeting you like this. And I think that is so beautiful. Because
they kept meeting on like the full moon,
which is like,
which is once a month, right?
Yes, literally once a month. I don't know. I just think it's such a. I love the idea of like there's always something new coming. You know, there's always like a new thing coming, especially in your life when you know things go bad or whatever. There's always hope for something else, hope for something new, and the fact that there's always like a new moon. It dies out, it goes into half moon, it goes into like, you know, no moon, and then it goes back into it. Nope.
Right.
Yeah, just like flowers. They wither and then another one blooms. So I just think it's I just think it's so beautiful that he's like that he was watching the moon. We were in spoilers at the end, right? Wait, was he?
Yeah. We're in sport. Yeah. Someone said, let's see, I'm thinking of characters. Oh, please cover the relationship between Eun and Gilche. It's so underrated. So what did you think about the female relationships in this show?
I loved them. I thought it was like, as much as I love the romance, I loved obviously not what they went through, but how they just went through it all together, and they always stuck together, and they were like, whether one one of them was about to die, or one was, about to give up, or one was about to, end it, they always reached out for each other. They always were like, nope. Which is mostly Gilche, who was like, let's do it. Like, no, we got it. We got this. And, I love there's this, regarding them two, there's this scene, disclaimer, where a barbarian, this is literally right after they left Nanguri. They're running away.
This is part
one. It's winter. It's cold. They separate for a little. No. Gilche goes in to look for more resources. And Eun is like, kind of like, where are you? So she goes after her and runs into a barbarian. And the barbarian pretty much not fully assaults her, but, encounters her, is about to. And then here comes Gilche and, kills him.
She kills him.
She's like, And the fact that Eun was like remembering what that old lady told her, like, if you even encounter, might as well just die. And so she's like, okay, might as well die, like, who's gonna want me like this? And so Gilche's like, no, that never happened. I never killed a man.
Yeah.
This never happened. Okay. And I think that's so powerful because trigger warning, like, when it's, when people that go through stuff like that, and they go through healing and stuff like that, there's this moment where it's like, you know what, where they go through the healing process and they're like, I'm a new person. I'm a new person. I'm not that defiled person anymore. They believe that. And so I thought it was very powerful because she was like, no, you're still pure. Believe that you're pure, girl. You still got everything that your man wants. Like, don't even, like, this is my own personal take, but I thought it was just very powerful between the two. And ever since then, even though Eun already kind of, loved her and kind of looked after her, even though Gilche was trying to get her man, but you could see that there was still affection within each other. And ever since then, like, she's like, no, I gotta make sure that she's okay. To the point that she gets sick when she gets, taken away. Which I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, girl.
Yeah. I think this is a very special relationship. It's one between wildly different personalities. Like, these two women could not be more different.
Yes. And I love that so much. Love it.
I know. I love that. And there is definite jealousy, like, from Gilche toward Eun, because Eun has the man that she wants. And the fact that Gilche is so powerful in their journey to survive and escape and find refuge during the invasion, and even afterward, like, when they have no money and they're starving, like, Gilche is the one that really leads the charge and creates that business and starts to feed them through her own creative means, through her own skills and business savvy. Eun, you feel like she is naive, she's a fool. You feel like she doesn't understand that Gilche's going for her man, like, loves her man. You feel like Eun is just sort of like useless because she faints when the baby's being born. She's not even a help there. She's like dead weight in the group.
Yes.
And even afterward, when they're trying to make ends meet after the invasion and there's peace, relative peace in the land, Eun is not the one who's, getting her hands dirty the way that Gilche is. And despite all that, like, they really come to a deep understanding and a deep sisterhood between all of those women, even the slaves / servants. They go with them on this journey. And there is a bond and a camaraderie that they have that the men never
you don't see that within
really achieve.
It's rare.
In the same way. Yeah. Like, they're friends and they're buddies and they care for each other and they would die for each other. But, like, have you ever stopped your friend from being raped? That's this is a new level of trust and compassion between each other and understanding on a deep level. And Eun-nae, I feel like, is really special because it turns out that even though she subscribes to all of these ideals that they've trained into them, like these patriarchal ideals and the Confucian ideals of you need to kill yourself if you are even remotely defiled by a barbarian, that's your duty as a woman, as a wife or whatever. Don't come back because it's shameful. Yep. Like, you should die. You should be willing to die for your purity. And even though she subscribes to that, she is very surprised when Yeonjun is like so upfront about it later in the show and is like spouting these ideals to her face, and it's very brave of her to say,
I was kind of shocked, not gonna lie.
I almost got raped. Yeah. Even though I didn't, like, he like touched me and like, should I kill myself? And she sort of challenges him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been so easy for her to just shut up.
Right. And not say anything.
And not tell her story. Yeah. And she says, no, like, Gilche killed the guy. And I'm here because of her. We all are. What are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fair challenge that she poses to Yeonjun. And it, like, breaks him. And we could talk about him in a sec. But I think that Eun-nae is very compassionate and good-natured. And that's something she has in common with her equivalent character, Melanie, in Gone with the Wind. And same as Melanie, who, in Gone with the Wind, she's the one who's pregnant, and Scarlett delivers her baby under duress. But besides that being like a switcheroo that they did in this story, I think that she's very motherly.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think that the way that Gilche is so aggressive and like domineering at times and so powerful, Eun-nae is very much like a feminine archetype, and they complement each other really well in their friendship. And I love how Eun-nae is like a ride or die for Gilche. Gilche is a ride or die for everybody around her. But Eun-nae is also a ride or die for Gilche. And she's always advocating for her when she gets kidnapped to the Qing dynasty. Like, she is the one that's like, you need to do something. We need to get her back. I'm going to go get her myself.
Oh, yes. Oh, she's so cute.
And that was a big, I know, she's so cute. And that was a big moment for her to be like, she would do the same for me.
Yes. Yes. Certainty.
How can I not try and get her back?
Love that. She had a certainty, like, she would. She would.
Yes. She had a certainty. I like that word.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly
I love them.
I honestly feel like, although she was naive, I feel like, and this could just be me, that when they were younger, when they were still teens, I feel like she knew that Gilche was after Yeonjun. I feel like she knew, but she just was like, I don't know. She was like, yeah, she is, but like, I know who she really loves. So she just needs to figure that out. So it's okay. I feel like I think there was a scene where she told, when he told male lead, she told him like, yeah, I know she's kind of after Yeonjun, or am I making that up? But
no, she did say like, she doesn't realize it now, but she loves you.
She doesn't realize it now, but she does love you, because
she looked at you during the announcement that they were going to war, that there was an invasion, and she looked at you, and everyone was looking at the person they most cared about, and she was like concerned and looked at you. So I know that deep down she loves you. You're the person she's worried about, even if she doesn't realize it. So Eun-nae is very astute. Yeah. Because since day one, she was like, oh yeah, Gilche loves Jonghyun. Like, no doubt in my mind.
Right away.
Yeah. So cute. Someone said it was interesting seeing what the female characters went through, and it made me think about purity culture as a whole. Okay. So I guess we need to talk a little bit about just that, and how I almost want to just bring up Yeonjun and his bullshit because that's Ashley, like that character. Because he done lost his fucking mind in the last few episodes. He lost his fucking mind in the last few episodes.
Yeah. No, for real. I'm like, bruh. Because,
like,
bruh.
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
What do you mean? You're preaching to the women about how they need to commit suicide, and you don't even want to go on an envoy to the Qing because you know it's a suicide mission, and it's like
that's exactly
like,
what
you're
I'm
a coward.
talking about. Exactly what you just said.
Yes.
Okay.
He's a coward.
Yes. Since the beginning. And Jang Hyun, he calls him out for it, and I love that scene so much. Mm-hmm. When he's like, "You're a coward."
I love that scene as well.
Because he's like, "You're a coward because you do like her, but you feel like you can't handle her, so you just leave her on." And
right.
And you're a coward, and I'm like, I love that scene. But yeah, he's a coward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really frustrating aspect of the show. Was not only that the guys were just kind of at odds with each other. And Yeonjun was a little bitch, like, for the whole of the show.
Yes.
But, like, the fact that the women are so strong throughout everything. And it was very heart-wrenching to see so many, like, women, not just our main, like, 4 ladies, but, like, there were other women who were choosing to commit suicide throughout the show just to get away from the shame of being raped by a barbarian or being sexually assaulted or put in sexual slavery, because that reality is very real. And I will never presume to know what the right answer is. Like, if I'm in that situation, would I jump off a cliff or would I choose to live? I think the show is trying to say that you should strive to live, that it's not a shame to experience that, and that it's not the end of the world. You can heal through this, even if society is dead fucking set against you.
So
that is the message that I think the show is trying to say.
I agree. I definitely agree, because even when Crown Prince, who took him there? Was it Jang Hyun? Was it him who took him to the marketplace in Shimyang?
Who I can't remember.
Someone took him there. I can't remember who took him there, but he went because he needed. Did he need farmers? No. What did he need? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Everything's jumbling. But
It's okay. It's a long show.
But they took him to the marketplace where he saw the captives there and how they're being treated, and how and there's this scene where they're auctioning off some of the captives, and one of them is a female, and she's a virgin, and everybody in the crowd's like, oh, I want to see more, and so they they don't show it on screen, but it's implied that they show her private parts or parts of her body, and he literally just books it to like a corner and starts like throwing up. And he says like, why would she bring shame on her country like that?
Yeah, he starts blaming her.
Like, bruh, I just get so triggered when that happens. I'm like,
it's so triggering. It really is.
But yeah, like, that scene, I was like, bro, no, like,
wrong approach, wrong thing to say.
Absolutely wrong approach. Yeah. Like, you saw everything that's going on with your people, and that's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, and
as if she had a choice.
As if she exactly. Right, as if she had a choice. As if they have a choice.
The other choice that he's talking about is death. Yeah. He's just like, oh, why is she choosing to go through this? Because the other option is she could just be dead.
I'm like, okay. And I think it was, what's that one girl's name? Which I'm just going to say right now, I didn't really like her. She's the princess of...
the crown princess?
Not the crown princess, not his wife.
Oh, girl, the Qing princess.
That girl. That home girl.
Okay, that bitch.
Girl.
Okay.
Ooh.
Girl.
Yeah, so I didn't like her. I'm just kidding. I didn't like her. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm sorry. I didn't like her. When she was like, with, you know, looking at, she's like, how, like, the fact that you Joseon people, you know, went through all that humiliation. Like, you guys look so pathetic. Still trying to strive to live after being enslaved, after going through all this and that and that. I'm just like, girl, like, you sound so dumb right now.
I know. I know. You sound dumb.
You're saying,
sit down.
Girl, sit down.
Sit down.
And you're saying this to the guy that you supposedly like. So it's like, he's like, not impressed. You don't know who you're talking to right now.
Okay, this is a whole other, like, that character and her mentality is like a whole other side conversation.
Okay, but I'm just gonna, okay.
Yeah, so, girl,
right
that's not okay. But on that note, like, on this topic, someone said that they wanted us to talk about the line he gives her in episode 17, I love Gilche, and lists all of the qualities of her. So I have the line here. Okay. So two people actually wanted us to talk about this. That line when he listed all the parts that he liked about her. So this is episode 17. He says, do you still not understand how I feel? For me, you are enough. Poor Gilche, wealthy Gilche, cheeky Gilche, gentle Gilche, Gilche who does not love me, Gilche who does. All I need is Gilche. All I need is you. And she, at this point, had already sort of implied that something happened to her while she was a captive. And she says, like, this is huge for her to, after the divorce, after everything, after he's finally here, back with her, like, this is the love of her life. And she's about to tell him something that she got divorced over.
Yeah.
So she says, very bravely, what about Gilche who was defiled? And I don't think I was breathing at this point. Either. Like, I was holding my breath. Like, I knew he wasn't going to say something shit, but I was still like, oh, shit. What is he going to say? He says the perfect thing. He says, I'd embrace her and hugs her and says, you must have suffered so much. But even if you push me away, I'll be by your side from now on. Tonight, can I hold you? And they finally kiss. And she kisses him back. And I'm like, I needed to pause the show at that point.
Was I crying?
I need a minute. Yeah. He could not have had a more perfect reaction.
Yeah.
To her confessing that she had gone through a whole era of sexual assault in her life.
Yeah. And I think what hit me the most, not the most, but really just was like, he didn't make it about himself at all. I just like that he didn't make it about himself. Like, I feel like,
which is
he didn't say like, well, I feel like, shut up. No, like, you know, or like a man, like, what does this mean for me? Like, it's not about you right now. It's not about you right now, you know? He didn't bring it back to himself. He didn't make it about himself or how he feels or anything. He focused on how you must have suffered, you know? I love that. Love that.
I love the complex emotions playing on his face that he's...
Yes.
He already knew what she was going to say. Okay? I have no doubt that he already suspected that this happened.
He's not dumb.
He's smart. And she had already like broached the conversation with this in mind. And he read the tea leaves on it, okay, way long ago. And he still was there, like, when she finally confessed, he was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And went to comfort her. Like, this is huge.
I know.
The juxtapose that to Yeonjun. Fucking bro. So,
girl.
I could not. I was like,
he ain't the one.
If I had cabbage, if I had rotten tomatoes, I would have thrown it at the screen when Eun was talking to Yeonjun about almost getting raped, the quasi-rape, which is still fucking traumatic. Traumatic as fuck, okay? And he's like shocked. Well, how does this mean for me? This is like crippling my world.
What I say.
How could you lie to me? Like, he was saying every fucking wrong thing.
What about me?
Yeah.
How can you? Yeah. Made it about himself.
Made it about him. Anyway, so that was a big part of like the way that they got together, Kilche and Jang-hyun. That was a big turning point for them and their relationship.
Yes.
And after that, they have sex too. Like, we go into the bedroom with them, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. It wasn't gratuitous though. They didn't show anything. Like, just in case you're listening to this and you haven't watched the show, like, it wasn't like suddenly NC-17 in here.
Beautiful scene. It was a beautiful scene.
It was beautiful. It was very intimate, and it was on her terms. Because earlier in the show, he had saved her. He had rescued her out of slavery, and then she was kind of living with him because he was still injured from that like arrow in the back.
He's so
that's a whole nother fucking thing.
Yeah.
But he's so fine, and he was like pretending to be injured for a while so that she would stay and take care of him and
that's so cute.
Cure his little boo boos and stuff. And he comes onto her real strong.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember he was like changing his like dressing on his, and they showed his body, and I was like, okay,
oh yes,
Namkoong Min is like fucking ripped.
Low key, I'm not gonna lie.
He is jacked.
I feel ashamed, but I was very shocked that he was like that jacked. I was not expecting
like
it.
Disrespectfully.
Hot
What
damn.
the fuck? Like,
hot damn.
damn. So
Yeah.
damn. So he's
I
there.
underestimated you, sir. But yeah.
I underestimated you. Oh, that ass though. Okay, so sorry. Oh God, I need to calm down. So you're fanning yourself. So there's that scene where he is half naked. He puts on like his shirt or something, and then walks over to her, and he kisses her on her forehead and like cradles her face, and I'm like, this is so amazing and intimate. But she's not really reciprocating at that point. I can tell that she's very hurt and nervous, and she's technically still married at this point, so she has a lot of stuff going on. But the second time around, when he says that he loves all parts of her, right, he is completely in love with her. He loves her good side and he loves her bad side. He loves everything, like everything that she's been through. It's okay. And it's at that point where she trusts him enough with her story, with her experience, with her pain, that she lets him in, and they finally have sex, and everyone's happy for them. But it was a process to get there, because back in Chang, back when she was taking care of him and she was technically free and I think she could have had sex with him, whatever, back then, because even if she was still married, her husband abandoned her. If I was her, I would have been like, let's go. But
where he at?
Beside the point. But where he at? Where his room at?
I need to calm down.
Is it this to the right? I will go wherever. Okay. I have someone said. Someone said every time he confessed to her, no matter what happened to her. I think that same scene in episode. Everyone was fucking reeling over episode 17 and that perfect confession from him, which he had confessed to her little by little throughout the show. But this is the one that really shook people up, I think. Definitely. Talking about her sexual assault experiences, someone said we had to talk about how they didn't show unnecessary rapes, but suggested it. And I also think this is really important because there's some films and shows that are super out of pocket. Yeah. With rape scenes.
Faux show.
And the show did not at all. Like, besides the fact that it's airing on NBC, not Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever the fuck, they did not. They chose a very tasteful way of presenting really horrific violence toward women. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they need to go that far.
Yeah.
In they just suggest it, and the fact that she says it without us having seen it, like we can all assume that this happened to her, but you know, her voicing it is more impactful than us seeing it.
Yeah, because it must be so hard to say it out loud, and then
my God,
you said, say it out loud to, you know, the man she's in love with too. Woo, she I think it's even more evident when he reaches for her. By the way, can I just say I love that scene? I love that scene when he finds out that she's there and she's being auctioned off.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Dude, I love that scene. It had me bawling.
It had me like, I was like I was speechless. I was breathless. Like my heart was like not in, like
fuck out of here,
so
bro.
good.
Like that scene was written
good.
and acted to perfection.
He did so good. And I was kind of nervous on how that scene was going to play out. Because I was like, how do you, like, that's so difficult. It could go either way. It could be like, kind of like unclimactic or like anticlimactic.
Yeah, it could be anticlimactic, but it wasn't.
Or it could be like, oh, you extra. He was like, perfect.
I know.
I know.
When he spots her through the crowd. And she's
Good
like,
scene.
you could see that she's just praying that he doesn't see her because she's so prideful and so ashamed of her situation. Yeah. And I would be too. Like if the love of my life, if I saw the love of my life in that situation, I would be like, you know, one of two minds. One would be like, get me the fuck out of here. Or number two, 100%. I'd be like, please, I don't want you to see me like this.
Exactly.
And that's how she felt.
It was she.
And he just like cuts through the crowd. He's mowing down people.
Yeah.
Aggressively trying to get to her. And then he comes up just devastated and screaming, why?
Yeah. So good. And
I'm like about to cry. I need to
calm
down.
I had to pause and I was like crying. I'm like,
that was how the episode ended.
That's true. Yes, that is right.
That was like, what was that, like 13 or
14,
episode 14 or something?
Yeah, I think so. One of those.
Around there.
That was, my heart was pounding and I was crying. And yeah, he did amazing. Yes. She did really well. Oh, she did so good too. Them together in that scene was just like, oh, holy smokes. But when he reaches for her shoulder, she like does this,
and she
was like, that is the evidence right there. And I think he also like he put two and two together in that moment as well. And I'm like, ugh,
yes,
dang, yeah, so good.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know where to go from here. Because
that has to be one of my favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes for sure.
It is pitch perfect the way they did that scene. Yeah. But okay, let me see. Someone said they wanted us to talk about Mr. Gu, Ahn Eun-Jin, and how these men have been trash all along. And I was like, cool, say less.
Yeah,
so,
no, trash.
Mr. Gu is her husband.
Because there's a lot of Mr. Gus, and I figured it was the husband.
Mr. Gu is the husband. Then you have Ashley Yeonjun and Ryangum, which is one of the besties, one of his the gay best friend. Let's talk about Ryangum first because he is the LGBTQ plus representation in this show, and I thought that for the largest part of the show, I was so annoyed with him.
100,000%, me too.
Absolutely could not stand him.
Yeah, same.
Cause he's so obviously loved Sang-hyun, respected and admired him, would die for him, but he was openly jealous of Kilche and multiple times sabotaged their relationship.
Let's say that again, please. Yes.
He's a saboteur. Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
So he was like the best, the gay best friend from hell to me. And
that's good.
I could not get behind him and have sympathy for him until much, much later in part 2.
Agreed.
When they showed more of his backstory and more of how he came into the fold in Jang Hyun's life, and how he was basically a child sex slave in the household of some nobleman there who was literally torturing him if he perceives some sort of sexual advance from somebody else that he accepted as a child, literally a child. And he had this whole journey and arc himself, and I felt that the show maybe didn't do his character justice at all.
I agree, because I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't really, some scenes he was, but a lot of the times he wasn't really doing it for me. And I don't know if it's the character or the actor, because I know, because he's not like, it's not like a bad actor or anything. It's just like, he wasn't likable to me. The way that he was portraying, again, character, writing, or the way he was portraying it wasn't likable.
Ooh.
You know, in my opinion. Because a lot of time he was just like,
okay.
You know, and I'm like,
I guess he wasn't giving. He just wasn't giving.
Personally, again, it's just how
Gotcha.
how I saw it, and it
don't what just say this is a safe space.
So that's
like,
how
don't worry.
Yeah, that's how I was like, it's not making it better that I'm not liking this character, because it could be a likable character, but the way he's portraying the character is making it not likable for me. Until later on, when he kind of, and maybe that's the point, because later on he kind of figures out, okay, when you love someone, like, you gotta, like, it's not about you.
Yes, he starts to kind of subscribe to Jang Hyun's level of love, where it's not necessarily about me being with them. It's about them being happy.
Exactly. And that's when I was like, okay, we're okay.
Right. That's about when I was like, okay, I cannot. And then they were giving me that backstory of him. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see him a little better. It's a little more in focus for me. But again, for large parts of the show, he was just like so irritating.
The way he treated or talked to Gilche, I don't think that was fair.
Out of pocket. Just so unacceptable.
Yeah, and that's what made me even more frustrated towards him, because I'm like, bruh, bruh.
Yeah.
I think,
and I love that line when, I can't remember what it was, but I think that Ryangum went and told Jang Hyun that she was
a curse. Which one?
She was enslaved in by the Qing. And that she was there in that town that he was in. Right. And he was like, why the fuck didn't you tell me sooner? Yes, basically. Yes. And he was like, well, I didn't want you to be with her. I know, basically.
The audacity.
Like, I know, the audacity, but I'm paraphrasing. And Jang Hyun responds with, that's because you don't know what she means to me.
Love that.
You don't know what she means to me. And that's when I think Ryangum sort of
it clicks.
Starts to change his mentality around being with Jang Hyun, and the fact that he's never gonna love him the same way that Ryangum loves him, right? Jang Hyun is not looking for a same-sex relationship, like, period. And he's like, oh, but I do understand, like, how you feel. But he doesn't, because he's not on the same level, right? Yeah. It's obsession and it's possession.
Territorial.
Yes. Exactly. So, Ryangum, I think they did him dirty, like, with the writing. And even though he was extremely complex, I just don't feel like they did him well, especially him being the plot device of the whole show. He ended up being...
Okay.
So there's two people wanted us to talk about this. One person said they wanted us to talk about Ryangam. Why is his hair white when no one else seemed to age? And then another person said, I want to talk about... Oh, wait, where is it? Anyway, people wanted us to talk about Ryangam.
So here's...
Because he was the framing device of the whole show, evidently. He was the mysterious prisoner, the storyteller through which we're getting this rich story in a flashback form. What the hell happened there?
This is my theory. That that wasn't the initial concept.
No.
When they first shot that scene in episode 1.
Definitely
So
not.
I really was kind of dying laughing at that, but I'm like, hold on, like let me get serious.
I truly wonder if the writer had written a happy ending initially. I don't think she did.
Really? I don't think so either.
I think that was meant to be Jang Hyun.
I thought that was
maybe.
Jang Hyun. I'm like,
it was a whole mystery. Like people were trying to guess who it was in the sanatorium. I
swear, when they were like, "Oh yeah, we're looking for Jang Hyun," I swear they said something like that. And so they're like, "Oh, that's Jang Hyun." And then when maybe I know they mentioned Jang Hyun.
It was pretty. They do. They're like, "Can you tell us about him?" And he like perks up.
Okay, maybe I. Okay.
And then they say, "Oh, we know you're not crazy."
Okay, then I'm wrong. Okay.
And then he sort of initiates this whole flashback story, the entirety of the show. He is essentially the narrator, even though we don't hear him speak. And they make it seem like it was Ryangam the whole time.
Boo boo.
I honestly don't think that was in the first draft.
I don't think so either.
It literally makes no sense. Like in the final episode, Ryangam is like, "I'm gonna pretend to be you," and Jang Hyun is like, "No, you're not." Reverse Uno card, steals his idea and like runs off to face off against all of these. What are they, like royal? They're sent from the palace, like to try and catch him or whatever.
Guards royal.
And no, what the hell happens to Ryangam in that scenario? Because he's just unconscious.
How does he get imprisoned?
No one thought to look for him, like investigate where he was, break him out of the sanatorium. How did he get captured? We don't see that happens off screen. How did they connect him to Jang Hyun? Like, does he have an ID card on him that says, "My name is Ryangam and I'm involved with Jang Hyun, who's a traitor of the state"? Like, what? How did they connect him to Jang Hyun? They just found this dude in the forest.
Yeah, because from my memory, and again, it was a good minute since I watched the first episode, like, it just made it seem like that he was waiting. Because didn't they say, like, "Oh, yeah, he's going to come get me," or "He's waiting for him to get you," or "He's waiting for him to come get me." I'm waiting for him to, either he said, "I'm waiting for him to come get me," or he's been waiting for years for this Jang Hyun to get him, or someone to get him. And so I'm just like, oh, this is going to be a tragic story then, because he's there, he's old. Apparently he's not that old. That was
like,
okay. I'm all like, oh, it's tragic. It's like he's old and like, I don't know.
They put this wig. This wig on Ryangam and it's like gray and shit. And he turns around in the final episode like, "Aha, bitch." And it's literally the same actor playing Ryangam, young, playing him now with like a full-on gray-ass wig.
Like,
what the hell is that?
Yeah.
They refused to age him?
I don't know. And okay.
How much time has passed exactly? Like,
so...
what was the point of the investigation and that an official going to investigate and talk to Ryangam in the sanatorium? Like, I'm confused. This whole red herring thing, like the framing device of the whole show, shit.
100,000%. Yeah.
Okay.
No, for real.
Okay, so justice for Ryangam because that was fucking weird. And then Someone said, oh, we have to talk about Mr. Gu, her ex-husband, real fast. So, piece of shit motherfucker. Again, so let's talk about him. Piece of shit motherfucker. So, I feel like Sam Jackson in this part of the show. So, this man, he took credit for saving her in the woods against that 17-on-1 fight. Later, he tried to fix it. He was like, no, it wasn't me. I just killed the last guy. And she was like, yeah, right. Too little, too late. And he sort of liked her because she was audacious and had a great survival instinct, and she would do anything to live. And he liked her because of that. But to me, it was like he wanted a bad bitch, but didn't want a bad bitch at home.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was so
like
trash.
He wanted to tame a bad bitch.
Exactly.
And that's a trash person.
She told him she told him like, people like me and guys like me for how I am because they think that once I'm married I'll change. Right. They think that they can take me once I get married. And she told him like, no, like you like the idea of me, but I'm not gonna change when I'm married. I'm gonna be the same girl. I'm not gonna change. In my paraphrasing, but
So yeah, that was very. It was telegraphed that he wasn't gonna take her back after she had been taken.
He
wasted so much time.
He wasted so much time. And he wasted so much time being all paranoid. Like, oh, yes. I don't believe you. Like, no, not even believe. Like, he believed that she was gone, but she was like, but he said, she ran off again. I'm like, you're not going to trust your wife? You're not going to trust your wife.
He's demanding loyalty from a woman who they're saying got napped.
I'm like, officer.
He's like, she has a history of running away from your marriage, not from her livelihood and all of her family.
There. And this random little kid, they're gonna hire this random little kid to be like, oh yeah, like, officer.
He was so, what a freaking problem. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Gu, again, just a trash person. I could not stand him.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him before, and I couldn't stand him after he made these just terrible decisions.
Yeah, the moment that I had that.
And then he knocks up some girl.
I was going to say that too. The fact that
girl. Like, he goes. We're just like speech. So he goes. They pressure him into going to get her. Yeah. And he's like, oh, shit. Okay. So he takes some money, ransom money, and go on the way to Chang. He like meets some dudes who were like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to ransom my son. Yeah. I think back from Chang because he was taken unjustly. And they steal his ransom money. Like the funds that he brought to get her out.
He gives it to them.
And they're like, you don't. He fucking gives it to them. Even after he catches them stealing. Mm-hmm. He catches them thieving and he's like, yeah, you can have my money so you can get your son out.
Because they're like, my son is my...
And,
yeah.
And they told her while she was in that like slavery camp.
The marketplace, right? Oh, yeah.
No one ever comes to pick up the women. Yeah. No one's ever going to come for... Husband. Well, what they said was no one comes for a wife. They'll come for a daughter.
Not a wife.
But they'll never come for a wife.
Yeah.
Which is like, fuck the patriarchy.
Like, say that again, girl.
Keychain on the ground. We were always skipping. Girl. Sorry, me and my Taylor Swift obsession. So, Lord, I was like upended with this character because I was so mad at him. And he made the worst decision after worst decision. When she comes back, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll get rid of this bitch real quick. If you tell me that you were not... Yeah.
I'm like, She's outside. Like, this is paper thin walls. She can hear you.
The walls are made of paper.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So literally, and you're like, oh, that's just I can fix that. What do you mean fix it? Lady outside that you just were saying goodbye to, like if she's your wife. What you mean? That's your baby? Like what?
My gosh.
How are you gonna be like, JK, my real wife's back?
What a menace. No,
seriously.
What a menace.
I'll take you back if you're not.
What I liked about their breakup was that not only were we just waiting for it, and it finally happened, but she says, I'm not divorced. She takes ownership of it and takes agency over it and says, I'm not divorcing you because I was defiled in when I was taken. I'm divorcing you because I fell in love with Jang Hyun.
That's right. That's right, girl.
Because he was over there and he saved me.
Yes.
And he was like, ugh. Like he was like shocked.
What do you? I'm speechless. I'm sorry. He had me so speechless and not in a good way.
My God. He had me like gagged, bro. Like I was like, okay, so let's jump off him. And what was the last one that people wanted me to talk about?
Yeonjun.
Yeonjun. Well, we took him to task already, I think. Okay, let's not belabor the point. So
Coward.
That's done. Someone said, talk about the fact that Jang Hyun was like a third lead in his own drama for part of the show. So this is a big nitpick of mine too. Was that part 2 felt a little repetitive and irritating because the writer kept breaking up and separating our couple like for seemingly no reason, especially after she comes back from being kidnapped, from being enslaved. There's really no reason. Like the episodes,
yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and they also took a lot of the narrative away from Kilche and focused more on Jang Hyun and his whereabouts and what he's up to. So that was still very interesting and compelling, but it made the story uneven because in the first part, it was a lot of Kilche and a lot of Jang Hyun, and it was they were flipping back and forth between them at a much better pace. And in part 2, it felt really uneven. So I see where that person is coming from, where they said it was like he was his own. He had his own like part of the drama.
A third lead.
I don't know.
The fact that he was like a third lead. So like not the first lead, but a third lead.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Like a third lead in his own drama for part of the show.
Third lead in his own drama for part of the show.
So like not the lead.
Interesting. Oh, is it because like of this big like love triangle square? Well, it's not even like a love triangle at this point. It's like so many players, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a love a love rhombus. So
I don't know.
Just joking.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
I feel like
I don't know.
Well, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like he was like.
Okay.
I always felt like he was the first lead.
Yeah, I don't think he was a third lead. Okay, so another person said, let's talk about the ending of part 1, where she chooses her family instead of being selfish and running away with him. Okay, this is where a lot of people were pissed at Kilche because she didn't elope with him. And the problem with that is that it happens late. Like the problem is later because she felt such loyalty toward her family, like all this love and devotion toward her family, her father, her siblings, the women that she went through the invasion years with and stuff. So all of that, it was like no wonder that she didn't elope with him, because what was that life gonna be like?
Yeah, I feel like my own, this is another like where I kind of put my own self into this, because I was like, I totally understand, because she had, her loyalty. Well, yeah, same thing. Like, she she felt like she had that burden to take care of her father, you know, and to take care of her siblings. Because, you know, they don't, first of all, her father can't take care of himself. He has a little brother and that needs someone to raise, and the sister's not there yet to like really take care of the household. So, yeah.
I see where she's coming from too with the relationship with him, because he's constantly leaving.
He's known
like,
to not.
He is constantly in and out of her life and not a consistent part of it. Right? Like, absolutely he helps her in times of need. Absolutely he's trying to keep her alive. But I feel like she picks the security, like the secure choice.
Yeah.
And I think in that society, love is a luxury.
True.
And at that point, she didn't have
that luxury.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she couldn't afford it.
Exactly. And
So I see where she was coming from. I see that she had so much love for him and wanted to be with Jang-hyun, but he's a bet.
Yeah. That's how
like she's betting her life on him.
That's how we are introduced to him, and how the whole Nungari town knows him, that he doesn't stay. And he knows it too. He doesn't stay in one town for that long. He decides because of her to be like, I'm gonna prove her wrong. I'm gonna establish my life here in Nungari, you know? So he was kind of already known for like not really being stable.
Not really putting down roots and being this perpetual bachelor, and you can't pin him down.
Not that he wouldn't, but
she didn't really know him.
Exactly.
She didn't really know him. So I get it. And the problem comes later for me. It's when she, like, after she moves out on her own post-divorce with Jong.
Yes.
She had, her father just came in and tried to kill her.
Right.
And that was like a whole traumatic experience. I don't think I would ever fully recover after that. And she's like, why don't you, Eun-nae, take care of my family for me and I'll come back for them. Sarai, she never does. She never comes back for her mentally ill father, for the younger sister. She leaves the brother behind. And the promise of taking care of them, of the helpless little brother, the bratty little sister, even going so far as to vow to give her sister like this fine wedding. All of these promises fell by the wayside, and she refused to elope with Jang-hyun because of her fiance basically holding her family hostage. But like, what happened to that? Like the family after she moves out.
That's a thing. It didn't.
We never see the family again.
Yeah.
Like her father, the brother, what happened to them? Who's taking care of them?
That's the thing where it's like, okay, I get you, but
I get you in the middle like of the show. I get you in between part 1 and part 2. But at the end of the show, and then she spends all this time looking for Jang-hyun because he's missing, and then they finally reveal that there was no body, so like he could be alive somewhere. She goes in search of him, like, who the fuck cares about the family at that point? But like, I think that's a huge part of her.
Unless she was like, you know what, I should have. You know.
So that was my issue.
Yeah.
With not the ending of part 1, but the ending of the whole show.
Yeah.
They didn't quite resolve that the way that I think they should have.
Unless they're just implying like she.
Someone said they liked the first 10 episodes, and so they said liked the first 10 episodes, then was implausible and too repetitive. Bad writing, acting was great. I sort of agree with that in a very minor way, which I already said.
I agree. It was repetitive, but agreed. Minor.
Let's talk about, so we already talked about Yangam being a plot device, like a shameless plot device.
Man.
We already talked about Gilche and her, I know, and the loyalty to her family. Oh my God, let's talk about the amnesia trope that they had not once, but twice in the show.
I was like, okay, once, okay, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of, cheesy and corny. Like, I do like a good amnesia trope, but they did it twice. I'm like, was it necessary?
Yeah. No, it wasn't necessary. I think the first one, I was kind of going with it. And then the second one, I was like, fuck out of here. But now that I'm removed from the show a little bit, I think they should have cut out the first one.
And then this one, right? The last one.
Left the last one.
That would have been more impactful, because I feel like the first one was like, really, I mean, it was kind of cute.
It was just, like, felt like filler.
It was filler.
Like, she was taking care of him. He couldn't remember her. And he was like...
They probably got some notes from...
They had some cute moments together. She was kissing him on the cheek and hugging up on him. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing, lady? Who are you? And she was like, we're allowed to do this.
I mean, it's cute.
Like, that sort of stuff.
It was cute.
I know, but then I could have done without it, though.
For sure.
The amnesia thing, like, bro, it's 2023.
Yeah, even me who likes it, I was like, and I do,
I was shocked.
I honestly wasn't expecting it, but then I'm like, oh, okay, like, we're gonna do this right now. And then the second time around, we're gonna do this again. Okay, cool. I feel like the writer got notes. Like, we need more them two together. What do you got?
I can give him amnesia. And then they're like, we gotta have a reason for him to, like, disappear at the end of the show. To match like the fact that Jang-eum has been in prison, and because otherwise Jang-hyun would have definitely busted Jang-eum.
Oh yeah.
Out of the sanatorium had he known he was there.
Yes, exactly. And how did he end up there?
So,
okay, that's another.
That's what I said. I was like, why is he even in there? Okay, and not in a regular prison. Why was he left alive? Did he feign insanity? Like, I have all these questions. It doesn't matter. Anyway, amnesia twice. I feel like that was a misstep. Definitely. The ending reminded me of The Crowned Clown. Have you seen that show?
I haven't.
Okay, you gotta see it. It's amazing. Oh shit, I might spoil it for you.
I don't mind.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't mind. Go ahead.
The ending of Crown Clown is basically everyone thinks that he died. The male lead dies. Okay. But in fact, he was injured and then comes back years later after being in a coma, and like some random good-natured man like taking care of his feeble unconscious body for years, which is not how like comas work, but okay. Okay. It was like the worst like little like hiccup in the ending on the way to a happy ending. And that's kind of what happened here, right? Like, he goes missing.
For what?
For all of these years, and he was injured. And it turns out that he was retracing his steps in their relationship without him realizing exactly who he's recalling. And sets up this life together based on one of the last conversations that they had. Which, again, this makes no sense. That's not really feeling very plausible as far as memory loss goes, but okay.
I'm like, that ring has to be a powerful ring or something. It has powers. Gilche said she did curse it because twice.
Yeah, true.
He dropped it twice, and all of a sudden, he has his memories back. Right? Didn't he drop it again at the beach? I swear he dropped it again. Yeah, he did drop it.
Yes, he did. Dropped it. So here's what I liked about the ending. Is that, well, I guess we have to go back to Kilcha's dream, because she had a recurring dream.
Yes.
I personally have vivid dreams.
Same.
So if we had this recurring dream of running to catch up to the red string of fate, only to never catch a glimpse of my beloved on the beach during golden hour, I'd be fucking concerned. Oh, yeah. But she was like, I keep having this dream, the same dream every time. I can never catch a look at him.
The same dream.
Weird.
Yeah.
So I was like very concerned for her. But then at the end of the show, with Kilche and Jang-hyun on the beach, her finding him, it's just like her dream, which was
literally when
like a portend of what was going to happen
jump through hoops.
She wanders the land in search of her love and finds him on the beach. And at first, it's about her realizing or recognizing him. But in the end, it's a reversal with it being about him recognizing her.
That is so true.
Which I liked that bit, that like full circle nature of it. And like it being a callback to the dream and stuff. That's fine.
But.
That's fine. But it I don't know. It's just not 100, I guess.
And did she ever like figure out that it's him?
What do you mean? She does. She realizes it's him. Yeah, in her dream.
Because I feel like she was just denying it. Or was that after?
No. She realized it was him the whole time. Like he was the one. He was the one.
He is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So the only other person that we haven't talked about is the Qing princess, Kakwa.
I mean, hi. Yes.
So here's my problem with her. It is just, I'm going to go real fast because we've been here a while. So this is just another foul woman who's had everything she's ever wanted getting murderous because she can't have a man. It's tired. It's tired. It's been done to death.
Seriously.
The chatter online was that, So the chatter online was that NBC, which is the network that aired the show, insisted that this happen, that she like be a recurring character in part 2 because they think it's an epic reunion of actors. Because both her and Namkoong Min were in Awaken and $1 Lawyer together. Okay. To which I say, they're not Kate and Leo. Okay? They're not Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. So, like, settle down, NBC, if that was true.
Like, who cares?
Like, who the fuck cares? Yeah. I thought that her character was doing too much. Like, it seemed like she was a
device.
Cat playing with a toy. She was a device, but she was also like kind of a cat playing with a toy. I expected her to get bored and move on to some other thing.
I mean, she looked
by the time that, and I was like, not her going all the way to Korea just to drag him back.
Girl, here's the thing, the whole that character. Every time she was on screen, I felt so uncomfortable.
What a smug ass bitch.
Girl,
I could not.
I was so uncomfortable and uneasy, and I'm like, oh, can we move along these scenes? And they were so like awkward, and I know that they're trying to do like some kind of tension between them, but I'm like, it's not working for me. Like, it's just like she's looking at him with these dead eyes, and like he's just like
there's nothing, no humanity there.
At her like he wants to kill her. So, like, just have him kill her. No, I'm just kidding. It was just, like, I didn't enjoy the scenes that they had together. So, I feel like, there was no point with her, literally. Just a device.
Yeah. Something else that was annoying in the last few episodes, the reveal that Jang-hyun's father was it.
Girl.
So, this was in the final few episodes that they touch on this recurring nightmare / repressed memory, and we get the full story. And even though it's really like a chunky story, like really kind of interesting and impressive, they had this intense moment too with the father and him, this reunion scene where he's like, I'm gonna take away everything you loved. I took away something that was precious from you, and blah blah blah. It's too late, like too little too late again. Or too much too late.
By this time I'm like, I don't care.
It was
give it to
like
me.
It was too much too late. And I liked it like by itself. It's good because it had like, it was touching on the hypocrisy and like the deconstruction of his father's problematic ideals and like his murderous politics. But all this happened too late, which makes it seem half-baked.
No, yeah. By the time that it came to fruition, I was like, no one cares at this point. We're trying to just move this along and make sure that our main characters get together, and maybe if they trickled it in a little bit so that we can anticipate it. At least for me, at least I can anticipate it, because even his from my memory, his flashbacks, I just remember that he's outside in the pouring rain and he's looking at this gate and it's like someone's getting beat. And he's yelling out for his father, and the whole time I thought it was his father getting beat. Because I'm like, where did I go wrong? Like, what did I miss? Because then later on it was the dad beating the guy. I'm like, what? I must have like not, like, what did I miss that I didn't get that? Because we played around with the whole, he's not a real noble guy or a nobleman, and then it turns out he's actually
he bought his title.
And he was noble, man. So I'm like,
yes. It was like, I don't know, it was just too much. Like, a lot of backstory thrown at us in a very little amount of time. It's just an exposition dump. And it was important. Like, I think it was important because you needed to know all this to know why he feels this way about society. Why he's such a trend. What's the word? That he's like going against trends. He's such a rebel. That's it.
Progressive. Going against.
He is such a rebel, and feels this way about women in society and women's place in society, and how he's so like real and ahead of his time. Liberal. He's so liberal with his thoughts about like women and purity culture and stuff like that. It's because of this situation that happened in his past where his sister committed suicide because the father would not accept this relationship between her and the servant. And then there was this whole thing of like the servant was the last family of some like other noble family that the dad like unjustly took down, and so he was working in the household, and the father didn't trust that he like truly loved her, that this was just a ploy for him to get revenge.
Like, listen,
for his, I was like, what the fuck, this is too much.
Listen, I would listen, it's okay if he's not a noble man. It's okay. Noble man.
That's true.
It's okay. We're gonna be okay. if the servant was not a noble man, and even if Jong Hyun was in one, it would have been fine too. But you're right though. That backstory was important to see why he's like that. Where it came from and stuff like that. But
why he's so compassionate toward her
and compassionate towards that. But we got it like at the
unbelievable. That's the end. Oh, two more nitpicks that I have. I don't know if you have these same picky nits, but I don't think Eun-Hae should have taken back
Girl,
Yeonjun.
Say that again.
They should have stayed broken up.
They should have stayed broken up.
She goes to visit. She goes back to the house. The house is a mess. And
just leave him there.
He's like, can I come with you back to Nunguri?
Shameless. Call him Yeonjun the Audacious. The Audacious. The audacity.
No, I can't.
The audacity.
Like the shamelessness on him. Because he basically kills Jang Hyun and saves him at the same time. Like this backward ass way he like saves him. But he's been nothing but ruthless to her after she bared her soul to him. And Eun-Hae was such a precious soul. She didn't deserve that.
Not at all.
He did not deserve her.
At all.
Yeonjun did not deserve her, so I don't think she should have taken it back. And last thing I have here is Big Hyungnim. Did he have to die? Actually, I don't think he did. Big Hyungnim, played by one of the best actors, Choi Moo-sung. I love that actor. He's been in so many things, and I don't think he had to die. Like, I thought they were gonna give him a little arc for him to get over his own misogyny and unfair prejudice and get with that lady who ended up tragically losing her baby. I was waiting for that. Never happened. He died.
I'm like, don't tease me like that. Don't tease me with.
Don't tease me.
Because I'm like, you're giving little hints here and there between them two, and I'm like, nothing. He died. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
That was unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He didn't have to die for sure. I don't think so.
Yeah. I will always remember them kissing in the field.
Ugh, that is such an iconic scene.
In part 1.
I love that scene.
Iconic scene.
Beautiful.
Lots of sweeping shots, color and movement in the cinematography, and I will always remember some of that OST as well. Good stuff.
Yeah, my basic notes are well casted and well OST'd. Like the OST.
I love that well OST.
The OST just fits so perfect. I was like, oh, this is so good. Perfect for this, the Seikik, and just for the whole. Yeah, I loved it.
Epic.
Loved it.
I have come to the end of my notes. They were extensive. I'm so sorry, but I had to get it all out now so that I can close the book on the My Dearest era for myself. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add, Sarai?
Let me see. My last notes are, I said that. I have to do an honorable mention.
Okay.
So we didn't really touch much on the king. He was trash.
Oh my god. The king.
He was definitely trash.
What a farce.
But however, I did actually, I think I really liked Crown Prince. Like, I really liked his character, even though he wasn't
Interesting.
He wasn't a perfect character, but I liked his development and where he came from, and that at one point he was like, he was able to see. I feel like he would have been a good king. He was able to develop into a good king, and with the help of Jong Hyun too. And I feel like it was a shame that he died. It was a shame that he died.
It was a shame that he died. Were you surprised when he died?
I was so shocked.
I was shocked. Like he was looking really sickly and pasty throughout the like progressively throughout the show, and he ends up finally back home in Korea or Joseon, and when he says like, "Oh, I have to wait for the crown princess to for her to come back with her like porridge or something like that, milk tea or something she was gonna bring him." And then that's it. He fucking like breathes his last right there, like open-eyed, just the soul leaves the body. And I was like, what? I was shocked.
That's it though? That's it.
That's it.
Because
that's all he said.
I was very annoyed because his interaction between him and Jong Hyun, I loved it so much because they challenged each other. Well, Jong Hyun challenged him so much, and and as much as like
questioned his authority in valid ways,
and definitely. And at some point, he starts to get it, and he starts to like be open-minded, and it's just such a shame because he could have been a good king, and I feel like I was just expecting and their relationship between Jong Hyun and the crown prince to develop. Which I was happy when Jong Hyun said to the king, like, I was not just the interpreter. I was a very cherished interpreter. So I feel like justice to Crown Prince, even though like he wasn't, the best.
He was a little nasty. Earlier.
Yes, he was. But I feel like it was a good like, two male well, they're not friends, but how they're, Jong Hyun just impacted him. He just impacted him.
There was like a mutual respect there by the end.
Because they kept looking for Jong Hyun. What do I do now, bro? And he started.
Yeah, he was a playmaker.
And so,
Also, shout out to the crown princess who died really brutally. Like, she was poisoned for days. It was bad. It was bad.
Why she gotta die?
She got framed by the concubine. That she was leaving trinkets around the palace that were cursing her elders and the king.
That was a little frustrating too.
It was dumb as shit.
It was
All
dumb.
right.
It was dumb.
That's it. Yeah. Anyway, great show. Great show.
Great show.
I had a great time. Great show.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. If you've come this far, I am so sorry, but we might have spoiled the whole show for you. It was a happy ending. Finally,
yes, happy ending.
I think everyone was it's not that I'm upset that it was a happy ending. I'm just upset the little baby journey that we took at the end there was like a little
unnecessary. Yeah,
annoying. But
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
That's it, though.
That is it.
We've come to the end of it. Sarai, I want to thank you so much for coming on this show and for spending all of this time and coming prepared and just being so enthusiastic about My Dearest with me, because I was like looking for someone to share this experience with who would just get it and be super on board with doing this last minute episode that I was like, you know what? I think I need to talk about this. So thank you so much. Where can we find you online?
Instagram for sure. You'll find me there at Kdrama Cafe _podcast. And that's pretty much it. I have a TikTok, Kdrama Cafe _podcast. I barely post anything there, but for sure Instagram. And then my podcast is, you can find Kdrama Cafe Podcast.
I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.